Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep. You join us once more in the map editor where we are creating this island, which is kind of loosely based off of Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park Trespasser. So the first film and one of the good video games. Well, it was an okay video game. Well, it was a video game that I liked. I don't think there have been many first-person shooter Jurassic Park style video games, so that's where we are. Anyway, before we get to the map making, I do have a little bit of an update if you're watching these as they go out. The maps that are linked in the description, I think that includes Blue Hole, it includes Hobbes Rest, which is our current home island. That's the one, if you've been watching the series, where we have our house and everything on. And Deep Blue Sea, they have all received a little bit of an update. So if you've been downloading maps and you've been finding that objects are not spawning on the islands because you're an experimental or you're just, I don't know, there's some problem with the game that affects some users. There is now an extra objects file in there which you can substitute for the current objects file. And that should give you all the trees and all the rocks and things. So yeah, if you wanted to download those, but there was a problem, give that a shot. Anyway, we have been working on this island, which is actually, I think, slightly bigger than Hobbes Rest in terms of just land mass. Yeah. So that's the current home island. It's a big old island. It doesn't seem that big. Until you go into structures and you grab something and you go, you know what, we're going to throw a shipwreck here. And it's just like, well, yeah, using the shipwreck as a unit of measurement, it's a pretty big old place. It's LOD. I forgot the LOD on this model in the map editor is a little bit freaky. If you go too far away, it just vanishes. I wonder if you go far. Yeah, there it is. So there's an LOD, a level of detail missing for this particular boat. It will only affect the map editor. It won't affect the modeling game. So you're free to use it. Anyway. As a recap, we have a jetty with a shipwreck, kind of a shipwreck made of mini shipwrecks. We have a house, which is, it's another shipwreck, but we've repurposed it as a house. We have some walkways. We have a lot of trees. We have the old sort of weird gardeny area, which is kind of filling up an area which was previously completely barren. We have the peninsula where there's a little rock and a thing you can walk through. We have these lovely little steps, which are kind of cool. I love these steps. They are absolutely freaking brilliant. And a forest walkway and a forest. And another house, which is, of course, a shipwreck because there are no houses in the game. Oh, that forest. I love the forest walkway. I'm absolutely loving it. Sort of more trees. We've got an inland stream with a source here, which is kind of cool. We've got the delta, which runs out into the sea, which brings us back to the little farm location-y plot thing that we've got going on. I still might dress it up with some trees or something. It just seems a little bit knackered. A little offshore island with a jump puzzle. Well, it's not really a puzzle, you just jump across and hope the shark doesn't get you when we put the shark in the game. The abyss, because why not put everything so close to the abyss that you can't physically move it out anymore, because that's the thing we do. We have the cave, or a tunnel. I mean, you can walk through it. With trees and things over the top, which is very nice. We have the broken beach, which is something we created very early on. It's like, oh no, we now need to link all this stuff together. So we created this little offshore islandy thing, a little splashy bit. Kind of an underground lab area made from the top of a freaking fort, but you can't get in there because of the way the game is. You can't go through the island mesh. It is impossible. Another walkway, some tree branchy things going on there, and then kind of a lot of nothing. So this area of the island, a lot of nothing. And this hill is kind of being done at the moment. So we've got some steps. The steps work better if you're going downhill. You can just scale up the side of the hill, but you can't scale up this bit. There are areas where it does get too steep for someone to walk up. So You can walk up the spine of the hill, but you can't get up there to it from all angles, which is nice. It's something that we want as we're designing an island. Also, this hill here has absolutely nothing on it. It is barren. It is bare. It's kind of there. We should do something with this one, which we're not going to do with the other one. So the two hills mean that you can be up here and you can be looking around. You can't see everything from any one point on the island. I think that was something we were very, very keen on, so that people coming onto the island would have to explore. They couldn't just go to the top of the mountain and say, I can see absolutely everything. There is enough variety as you're looking around. You got some pines, you got some ficus, you got some palms. So yeah, it looks pretty sweet. And of course, level of detail once you're up here is going to be very different. Once you're in game, you'll have the grass growing on the ground, you'll have the birds, you'll have the sea full of corals and fishes and things, and it'll be way more detailed. We've seen it in the test part of the game. Anyway, we've done a lot with the island. I haven't done that much with the sea. Considering we're going to chuck some sharks in there, and considering how big the island is, there's not really a lot of kind of, I guess, space, because the island cake thing, I mean, it now has a hole in the mesh, but it's so deep that you would probably drown before you got to it. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm not worried about that at all. In the past, I would have been, but I don't know. So what we can do is go to terrain. Click on terrain. Click on the cog. Turn the ocean off. Oh no, what are we doing? Oh yeah, I forgot that weird shadow layer that sort of moves up. So if we click on objects so we don't have the big blue thing. If we move the camera up and down, oh, shadows. No shadows. There's something weird about that. Maybe the game's tuned so that when you're on the ground, no, look, if you look up in the sky, you literally pull the shadows with you. Is that a function of the water not being on? Let's just try that. Yeah, I think it might actually be. Yeah, so when we disable the water, the shadows go freaking crazy. Absolutely crazy, but we got to do it. If we look away, don't look at me and look back. Are the shadows going to go crazy now? Yeah, no, okay. I don't know why that's a thing, why that should be a thing. Okay, so we turn the water off so we can actually see, and what we're going to look for is a nice area on the edge of the world. We have this kind of cool area with the boat and everything. That's fine. We have this kind of apron area in front of the delta. That's also fine. We got the shipwreck here, which is real nice. I think what I want to do is put something to encourage people to go out into the sea. I think here is kind of nice. This beach has not a lot going for it. Here we could put a wreck or something out at sea. So what we want to do is encourage people to go out into the water. Where it's going to be dangerous because we're going to put sharks and stuff. Yo, is exactly what we're going to do. But why would they go into the water? There's nothing there. Oh. Well, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna do something about it. So what we're gonna do is put in a wreck. Now we're gonna be a little bit careful. Oh, I better go through the controls because maybe not everyone watching this is going to be watching this with their own little peepers. Or maybe they haven't been here. Well, maybe they should be. I think if they're watching this, they should be watching it with their own eyes. But yeah, you might not have seen this before. So this is the map editor. We are moving around, holding the right mouse button to pan the camera around. We've got W to go forward, S to go back, A to go left, D to go right. We got Q to go down. We got E to go up. And we can clone things by pressing C, which gives us a clone of an object. We can delete things by pressing delete on the keyboard, or that little button there, which kind of looks like a square and a ball balancing. Like the button far right, it's actually a square going into a trash can, but it's kind of not a good symbol on the button. We can press R to rotate, T to transform, boop, 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 and that's about it. The expand and whatever button does nothing. I think you can actually make things huge if you edit the objects file. I think you can edit the objects file to make like giant crabs and things. Not entirely sure if the game would honor that. Not sure. Don't know. So what we're doing is we're putting stuff in the sea. Why are we doing this? Well, because we're just going... We're naughty like that. So what we want is enough of this thing showing so that people go, oh, there's something there. Can you see it from the beach? Yeah, just about. Oh, literally just about. And of course, at different times of day, it's a bit more sea. And, oh, there you go. Low tide. So it just about pokes out at low tide. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to bring the... Okay. I don't want it to be like necessarily advertised that this thing's here. And I don't want it to be like, boom, here's a shipwreck, go and explore that. Oh, hello. Hello, shipwreck. But we've got to do something, you know? I don't want it to foul the sharks either. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the sort of train button. I've left the sea on. It doesn't really matter. Once you're under the water, it doesn't matter. If you go above the water, you can't see your brush. Even in the shallows, you can't see your brush. Only when you go below the water mesh can you see it. Or if you're above it and you're painting on land. Okay, whatever. We're doing things. We're going to click on raise. We're going to make sure the amount slide, because the amount slider is inherited. What the ass is going on with the skybox? I didn't... What? Oh, hang on a sec. We're going to have to turn the C off. I can't be doing with a skybox that's... Oh yeah, no. Oh. Remember that LOD bug? The level of detail bug? There it is. That is just stupid. I'm sure it'll be fixed in the next main update, which has been delayed because Beam Team has a problem with the... what was it? Telltale Games. Telltale Games. I don't think that's been resolved yet, you know? I don't think it's been resolved. So Telltale's like, we're all bankrupt and shit, yo. But they also were going to be publishing a bunch of games, and until the whole Telltale thing's sorted out, everyone's not able to publish their stuff, I guess. It's a bit of a problem. You can't go in this wreck, can you? Can't remember if that opens up at all. Don't think it does. I don't think there's anything in there. No, there's nothing. No part of that model. So it's only the top bit. So we don't need to worry about people getting stuck inside. We're going to crank the amount up. There we are. Just get some stuff going. We got kind of like a step thing going on here. I don't want it there, but you know, because a boat just doesn't sit on the ocean floor. The sand is like a lot of particles, and it will move to fill in around the boat. So however it sank, you're going to have stuff sort of up on one side, down on the other maybe. So the world is going to start reclaiming the boat. Now the ocean floor will reclaim it. We need to remember this amount sliders all the way up because it's inherited between all these brushes. So we turn it down because otherwise we will create a spike to the moon. And I don't like that. That's not a good idea. Right. Good. Rocks. Hello. Are you rock? Well, it's going to help us in two ways. The first way is it's going to be easier to find where the wreck is. Because, gonna be honest, that's pretty freaking difficult at the moment. Because we just can't see it. Cannot see it. I cannot see it. I cannot see the wreck. For if we go too far away, we cannot. It disappears entirely, and then there is nothing for us to see. You see, very difficult in this climate where things just vanish when you're not around them. What am I talking about? It's like the level of detail is not taking into account the fact that we have spare horsepower. I know this. God, the computer is not slow, no? What are we doing? Well, we're dicking around with rocks. Oh, wait! No, yeah, we're literally just messing around with some rocks. We're going to create some little sculpture thing on the seafloor. Now, what I don't want it to do, what I want it to do is to be cool. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. We're looking around on the rock seafloor and we're seeing these kind of things. But I don't want it to interfere with people if they happen to be boating around upstairs. like on the if you like you got a raft and it's coming over the top. I don't want it to interfere with the raft so much. So we're just going to be getting some stuff going on with rocky rocks. I kind of like the idea of a rock arch or something down here, kind of like a fish tank maybe. So we're just gonna play. Because why would you not play? Why would that not be a thing? Yeah, this kind of is logical, illogical. Do this. Do it. All right. That kind of feels all right. We're just gonna do it until it feels okay. I think we're just doing that to there. But wait, it doesn't make much sense. Well, there's a lot of things that don't make much sense. As long as you can swim in and open that door, I think you'll be fine. Right, okay, cool. Does this look like a single rockety stacky thing? Kinda. Right, okay, cool. We are just gonna go boom, rockiness. There is a bit of a problem with this, of course. No matter what we do on the seabed, the game might decide that, you know what we need is to throw in some rocks of our own. So it might just end up throwing in a ton of rocks over the top of all the carefully laid ones that you've put down. Oh, is that a problem? Yeah, it is. Well, it can be, because you might get a sea stack or something that actually sort of blocks the entrance to something you've carefully placed. And there's not really a way around that, because the game might put stuff in the way of your creation differently for each island or each tile that you put your island into. Also differently for each save as well, because there's going to be like different saves are going to have different item locations on the seabed in terms of coral and sea stacks and even poison buoys, so those poisony starfish and things. They're gonna be they're gonna be in different locations. So it's like we'll do what we can on the understanding that the game might completely beans it for us. But if you don't do it and it doesn't work, I mean, it might not work for everyone, but it's going to work for some people. I think that's the take-home message. So what are we doing? Well, we're going to put these little things down. We're just making it a playground, essentially. A little playground for people to play around in. Swim around, swim through, swim around. Because once the sharks are in, oh boy, you do not want to be doing it when the sharks are in. Does this make sense? Does it make sense? Well, we'll go to terrain. I'll go to the car. We'll turn the ocean back on. Ooh, I don't really want it breaching the surface. We might have to go lower. Okay. The reason... objects. The reason for that is I kind of want it to sort of be cool if someone happens to be taking a raft over the top. So what are we going to do with this? This mad lad. We can rotate it. Rotate it like this. And then rotate it like that. Press T to transform. Drop it down. Okay. Is that going to allow someone to get their raft over the top of it? Oh, don't know. I mean, the raft does follow the ocean mesh. So if you're sailing this way, what I don't want is you to hit this and then get stuck. Not because we're not evil. Let's be honest. We're going to be putting sharks on this map. I mean, we're basically evil as shit. In the way that we're going to do it. I mean, come on, this place is begging for people to get munched down like an old Twix. I mean, it's Jurassic Park. We've got it in the name. So having people being eaten by sharks, come on, that's good. What I might do is just move this out. But what we don't want is just to be frustrating for frustrating's sake. So have a playground, but don't have it in such a way where it's going to stop people from getting around. I think that's one of the big problems with map design, is that quite often you find that, oh, well, we've done this to serve us as game designers or map designers or whatever. But you know what? It actually impedes player movement, and players hate that. Absolutely hate that. So let's not impede anyone as much as we can, but keep it fun. Oh, okay. So we're moving this out a little bit this way. Yeah. Okay. Is that any better? I wish I could bring in a raft just to see how that works. I think it's better than it was. Okay. We can test this though. We can obviously test it. How do we test it? Well, we go to structures. We go to find Mr. Door. Oh, Mr. Door can just get under there, no problem. Yep. Okay, cool. And what about here? Mr. Door cannot get under here. Okay. We can't really test that because that's kind of... we can. Yeah, Mr. Door can get through there. So you'll be swimming anyway at this point. Okay. So let's go to terrain. And we will go to lower. Lower. Make sure the amount slider... We can eyeball the amount slider. Let's just move that down through there. But what does this do? What does it actually do? Well, it's going to do two things. It's going to help us, help player get through there. But it's also going to help sharks get through that. Sharks are kind of not good at navigating underwater obstacles. They kind of have a little bit of a panic attack when they get to like rocks and things. So I kind of want to keep it basic, but at the same time, keep it logical. Right. And this, moving 3D objects in a 3D space. It can be a bit of a head spin. Right. Now is that where we want it to be? Kinda. Bring it out a bit. Alright, does that look better? Does that look less like it's gonna snap? Yep. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we've got the shipwreck. The shipwreck brings you down into the water. There's plenty of water above the rocks. I think that should be okay as far as rafts go. I don't think it's going to be... I mean, you might hit it and then the wave, like a wave will bring you over the top. Okay. Okay. Right, so what about here? What do we want here? We can put a structure in. We can totes do that. Because what we want to do is encourage people to swim underwater away from the shore. Oh, did I say evil? Because what I meant was I will be evil. I can't totally be evil. How close to the edge of the world can we put this? Oh, hello. Okay, well apparently we can go quite far out. Interesting. It should stop at some point. Oh, it does. It stops just there. So that's as far as we can get it in terms of objects. Cool. Cool. Absolutely freaking brilliant. Now if you got this far, you may as well get this far. Rotate. And then what we can do is go to objects. You know where this is going. What we'll do is we'll chuck a rock in here, but in line with what we've already got. Boop. Yeah, there we go. So that is now resting against that. So you go, ooh, there's something out there. Okay, I'll go for a little swim. Set your face underwater. Look, right. It's kind of hard to see because of the sand. Well, if the shark's swimming around down there, but there'll also be like rock columns and seaweed and stuff, and you'll be like, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure about this. You need air? Okay, we get air. Oh yeah, we still can't control the speed of the camera. That is something we can't do. So you get air, and you swim around this thing, and you go, oh no, there's a shark. Oh, this is scary. and then you're like swimming around, but oh, we can see something over there, which encourages us to go out further. See? It's all, you know, is there anything here? Should we put something here? Misc. Does Wally float? That is the next question. I don't think Wally floats. Let's put this down. Little Easter egg. The Easter egg that's going to get you straight murdered. Right. Hello. I don't know if you're even going to be... You can only put one on the map. Let's see if we can put it somewhere where it's not necessarily going to get straight eaten by the seaweed. Because once that's in the game... I mean, we can test it. We can test it as much as we like, but as soon as it's in someone else's map, someone else's game, they might have all the rocks and things spawn on the seabed in a different manner. So we just won't be able to completely test that one. It's not something we can test absolutely. So we got some rocks, rocky rocks. What we got? Cool. And this looks a bit barren. It looks a bit sparse. It looks like, wow, we could put something's missing. No, as soon as you're in the game, trust me, this will become lush and verdant with coral and fish and things. So what we're doing is just creating literally the bottom of an aquarium, a fish tank. Kind of like putting the diver in the water. A little diver with a little castle and everything. Yeah, I like that. That's good. It's very good. I like it. Cool. That's a clone. I don't want to clone it. Don't. Rotate. Oh yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we should probably put another one somewhere. What does this look like above? If you're up on here, can you see it from up here? Oh yeah, look. Oh yeah, look. You can't see the... Oh, hang on a minute. Can you see the boat? I guess you can't see the boat until you're close in the map editor. We're going to have to check that out in the game itself. Only because the map editor is right proper beans in terms of LID. So, yeah, maybe. Let's go up here. So how far away can we see it from? We should be able to see a model. Yeah, it's disappeared at that point. You can't really see it even if the model's there. So it just appears there and stops appearing there. Okay, you can kind of see it. I mean, we've got the rotate sphere around it. Yeah. Okay. So if you're up here, you're not really going to be able to see it, but you can see the rocks and the sea. Okay. And that keeps that side of the island anyway, because we've got the rocks sort of here in the bay. So, boop. See, rocks. We got the rocks in over here. Yeah, we got the jetty and everything. There is one thing we should probably do while we're here, just to keep it in keeping with everything else. Because what we've got on the beach, the sand is here and lower here. Sand is higher here and lower here. And is it the same thing with the jetty? Yeah, look, the sand is higher here and lower here. And that's a deliberate thing we've been doing. Except for here, where the sand is higher. Well, a little bit. All right. So what we should probably do, just to really get this bedded in, is increase the sand either side of these bits of rock. Okay, cool. We'll do that. We're going to change the amount down because we don't want it to... we're going to hit raise. I think what we'll do is raise it up on the outside. There we go. There you go. Just so it's coming over the top of that rock. And bring it back a little bit. And then do same thing here. Yeah, why not? Why not? Just on one side. Don't think it's going to matter too much on this bit. And then again... Ooh, let's do it here. Let's raise this bit up. So it's just coming over the top of this. That's better. It's a little subtle. It's a subtle change, a subtle adjustment. But I think it'll... I mean, some of this we do for ourselves. Gonna be honest. We do it for ourselves. There we go. There we go. We know what we've done. It doesn't matter if nobody else notices. Okay, well, we'll do the same thing here. So what we're just doing is raising the sand up on one side of these objects, just to make it that the object fits a little bit better in the world. So we're going to go to smooth, crank it up, smooth it back a bit. Okay, cool. I'm going to give it a little less smoothing power. There we go. There we go. And there as well. There we go. And here. Oh, can't see. That's better. We're always going to lose a little bit of height. Oh, water. We should really disable the water while we're under here, but I kind of like to see where it is. Okay, cool. Get rid of some of this shelfiness. Good. Good. It's subtle, but it just feels a little bit better. And it will feel a little bit better when you're swimming around and you're just like, bloop, 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 bloop. Oh my god, it's a shark. I can't now swim. I need to swim out. I need to swim out of here. Oh no, I'm stuck on something. Yes. So what have we done? Well, we've encouraged people to swim out to sea and possibly meet their end as they're looking for treasure. I like that. I like that. That's a good thing. An absolutely brilliant thing. Okay, what have we got here? Boom. We have nothing out here. We should really throw something here, shouldn't we? We could go a little bit easier on the old objects and stuff. That's kind of cool. I think, like, out here just feels a little bit too uncomfortable. You're too close to the abyss. Just a little bit too close to the abyss. Here and here. I don't really like the idea of throwing stuff here either. Just because we've got this nice entrance way to the river, the delta. Yeah, and we've got so much going on out this way. It does encourage you. It does encourage you to go out. See, we've got visible shipwreck. We've got a kind of wreck-y area. So yeah, I think what we should do is put something here. Okay, let's do it. All right, we'll go with structures, and we will go with shipwreck 2A. Hello, my friend. You are going to take out a lot of players. Wait, what? That's evil. Oh, really? I did not know. Okay, so why is it so bad? See this hatch. Hello. Yeah, there's a reason they had to add a grab rail to this hatch, because I think previously you could get in here, but you couldn't get out. You literally had to just reload a save or something. It's a bit of a nightmare, a bit of a problem. So what we're going to do is go to train, and we're going to do exactly what we've been doing before. Make sure the amount is down, because, you know, we're not crazy. Change the size down as well, because what we don't want to do is fill the hold full of sand, because the island mesh is going to cloak through this very easily. Let's crank it up a bit so we're not spending so much time. There we go. Just brush backwards and forwards. As long as we keep the left mouse button held down, it's going to look, it's just going to stack stuff up. I don't want that there. There we go. But then we can smooth it off. So we will crank it up, drop it down, and then smooth back. There we go. Ah, yes. What's inside? Is it full of sand? I believe it might be full of sand. Okay, what we can do now is use a hard brush. And then change the size down, lower, change the amount down, and just kind of size down again. Brush through there. Okay. Just actually inside the hold, underwater. No biggie. No biggie. Let's brush this back a bit. Okay. There we go. Well, we don't need to. Why are we going through the hatch? We're essentially no clipping at this point. I don't know. I honestly don't know. So the inside is using the wrong button to go up and down. The inside is now clear. The boat, however, is firmly wedged in the sand. Can you see it from above? Kind of. It's like, oh, we're jet skiing around the Bahamas and we can see that horrible underwater ghost apparition thing. It's not a fun thing to see when you see a sunken boat just below the surface. And there's always something terrifying about seeing a boat that's sunk. It's like it has a different personality, maybe. I don't know. That's just something terrifying, absolutely freaking terrifying about it. What I'm just going to do is just give it a little dressing. We don't want to be too detailed about this one, but we do want to make it look like there's a reason for it to be at the angle that it is. So we can do this. We need to do too much more. No, I mean, a lot of it is going to be dressed by the game anyway, so we can just throw in a couple of rocks, a couple of rocky boys. And there we go. Do that. And then maybe something over here. Just rotate that. Well, that's not kind of the way I wanted to rotate it, but it does work anyway. There we go. Simple. Very simple. So it's in the ground. It's not just sat on the ground. It's had an effect to the seabed. It's over at one side, but the rocks are kind of propping it up, so it's not fallen over anymore. And you can get in it, which is very, very important. Very important. But there is some sand inside. Let some sand in there. So it's not completely sand-free. Doesn't need to be. Does not need to be. Cool. I really, really like this. Brilliant. So that's another shipwreck in the ocean. So we have 1 not so visible shipwreck, 2 not so visible shipwreck, and that's actually a significant way out to sea as well. So if you wanna go and visit it, you do have to swim out, kind of beyond the comfort zone, very close. Well, very close to the abyss. So yeah, that's not going to be friendly for some people. Ah, like you. There's nothing over this side of the island though. Nothing to encourage people to go into the sea. I don't want to put too many shipwrecks down, because there's already there's that one on land. There's that one there that's fairly easy to get to. There's that one there that's essentially just a trap. Just a trap to get people to go out further than they should normally go out. There's this one here, which is just a regular old shipwreck. I think we should just put something out here somewhere. I mean, people are probably going to fall in the sea at this point anyway, because of just trying to get to this bit, this little islandy nub. So I'm kind of happy with that, and this will be nicely dressed up and everything. And maybe they'll go fishing here. Who knows? I mean, you can actually just go fishing in the river. That's a thing that people can do. Yeah, I think if we put something here just to encourage people to go out, it might be a good idea. Nothing too fancy though. Nothing too fancy. Okay. Let's do this. Boop. 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 Boop, boop, boop. Very simple. Shipwreck. Off to one side is probably going to have a rock or something in the middle of it. I can almost guarantee that that's what's going to happen. What we'll do is throw a rock in behind it anyway, just to keep the whole... this is the reason this thing's fallen over, because that's it. Right, okay, cool. I just... yeah, that's okay. We can tilt that down. Pressing T and R basically just to manipulate it and move it around. Let's move it up a little bit because of the seaweed. Now, this thing might spawn treasure, it might not. In terms of like loot boxes and stuff. I want to call them loot boxes. They're not. They're treasure chests. No, loot chests. No, that's even worse. So yeah, something might spawn here, something might not. But it does mean that there's something else if you just poke your head into the sea. Oh, there's something encouraging you to go swim out. So again, it's fairly far out in terms of you're very slow underwater and the sharks are very fast. I just feel there should be something here. And I'm not entirely sure I want to put something here. There's obviously a lot of stuff on this island already. Yeah. I mean, maybe, what have we got in terms of wrecks? We've got pretty much all the major ones in. These guys are being used as... Yeah, these guys are already being used as houses. So, I mean, all the loot that would normally spawn them is probably going to fly over the island when you come in anyway. Shipwreck 3A, Shipwreck 2A, we've already got those on the island and in the sea. This guy is enormous and also terrifying. Not sure about that. Put another one of these in. I mean, it's fairly cheap in terms of stuff. I wonder if I put it... No, I don't want to put it in a place where... Because you can drag it all the way into the abyss. But as soon as we let go, we can only manipulate it so far. It's a weird little thing. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. It's cheap, innit? It is a cheap thing to do. It only spawns one container usually. So let's do it. Let's keep it below the surface. Don't want to interfere with any rafts, but also want it to... there we go. Good. I kind of wonder if it'll... Let's move it around, in fact. Let's manipulate it so it's a slightly different angle. There we go. Why did you do that? Well, excellent question. Glad to be of service. I did that because I kind of worry that the sharks might get stuck on it. Because shark AI is a little bit not very good, I guess, you could say, if you're being kind. Oh, there we go. So it's right at the edge of the world. If we click on this, is it going to snap? No, it's not. Yeah. So I can't, if I grab the red toggle, can't move it out anymore. A little bit tricksy. Okay, I'm going to put a rock in there anyway. The rock! Why did you put a rock there? Because it just feels like it needs something. There we go. I mean, it might not even be visible, but there we go. So we've gone from the incredibly complex to the incredibly simple very, very quickly. It's canted over to one side. Part of it is in the sand, so it's still got its place in the world. I'm not going to sort of cover it with sand, not raising up on one side or lowering it on the other, because it's still fairly... I mean, it's a skeleton. There's not a lot to stop sand in there. If we come above the surface, if you're tooling around on your raft, coming in and out, you might notice it on a sunny day. I mean, what is it now? Is the sun gone behind a cloud? Ooh. It's a very cloudy day. But, oh, there we go. Sun's back. Yeah, I mean, you might notice as you're going past, there's like a shadow. And if you're on the beach, you're swimming around, you might notice it in the distance. Of course, there'll be a fog layer actually in the game itself. For some reason, the cartographer doesn't have this fog layer. I suppose it's good, in a way, to help you build stuff underwater. On the other hand, I would like to see like a way of toggling it so that you can actually have it on and off, so that you can see what it will look like in game. So yeah, so that encourages people to go out there. You've got that, which encourages them to go in the sea there. You got this, which encourages people to descend towards the abyss here. So there's probably going to be quite a lot of chests and stuff. You've got these rocks, which, and that very top of that mast, which encourage people to go this way, and then maybe encourage them to go this way, looking for loot. You've got, so it's all very, so if you're standing on this headland, oh yeah, no, that is horrific. Oh, look at that. Just the way it's just under the water. I find that particular boat model to be just disturbing when it's under the water. And those rocks don't help. Submechanophobia, the fear of underwater machinery. But again, I mean, if you're here and then you're looking around, it's like, I don't see a shark. dive into the sea, boop, from the headland. So it gives the headland a little bit more reason to be there. And then you'd be like, swim, 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 swim. Loot usually spawns in there, might spawn in there, but then boom, shark. Shark in your face. Here, it's really just a matter of having something. So if someone does swim out, they're not... there is a reward for going into the sea. And again, this one is literally just a reward for going into the sea. You know, you're exploring. Hello. There's some stuff for you to explore. So yeah, that's the underwater exploration. So the island now has stuff in the water. So there was a reason to leave the island and maybe even just swim around and stuff. Yeah, I feel that's enough decoration for that area. Cool. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. So we've got something that encourages you to go out, something that terrifies you to go out, something that rewards you for going out. I think that's good. I think we've done work here. You know what? I'm going to leave it there. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I really like what you're doing and I'd like to see what this island looks like once it's finished, you know? And maybe I'd like to hear more stuff from your mouth hole. Well, that's good. Just click the little like button. That helps. That does help the video, actually. Subscribe. Click the little subscribe button. If you do subscribe, YouTube is kind of useless. So what it might not do is give you notifications when videos go live. If you want that, click on the little bell because that will give you notifications. And if that's still being a little bit rubbish, then there is a Facebook page and a Twitter link. Good. You know what? I'll catch you next time.